to the next cue. This is Alan Ludden, and you're watching a key play in yesterday's annual Colgate-Rutgers football game. This interception by Rutgers in the second quarter paved the way to an impressive string of touchdowns. And here to continue that great traditional rivalry, the General Electric College Bowl brings you the only two undefeated teams of last season, the varsity scholars of Colgate and Rutgers Universities, in a special championship playoff.
The Intercollegiate Battle of Brains, the General Electric College Bowl, presenting outstanding varsity scholars throughout America, and brought to you each week by the General Electric Company. General Electric, makers of world-famous portable home appliances, vacuum cleaners, radios, and clocks. And now, let's meet the varsity scholars from Colgate.
Steve Lefrak, Brooklyn, New York.
Bill Toms, Hartford, Connecticut.
Bill McDonald, Glendale, California.
Dick Grote, Plainfield, New Jersey.
And now, the varsity scholars from Rutgers.
Alan Ziegler, Woodbridge, New Jersey.
John Howland, Roselle Park, New Jersey.
Arthur Frack, Nutley, New Jersey.
Dirk Schaefer, Anquara, New Jersey.
And now, the man with the questions, Alan Ludden.
Hi there, everybody. It's very good to have you with us in this General Electric College Bowl for what we think to be a very special match between Rutgers and Colgate, last season's only two undefeated five-time winners. Now, you have met these remarkable teams. I want you now to meet, the coaches of these fine teams. First, Professor Ken O'Brien from Colgate, and from Rutgers, Professor Angus Austin. Good luck, gentlemen. Congratulations. Now, let me review briefly the rules for our game in the College Bowl. You know, we have two kinds of questions: a toss-up question worth 10 points, a bonus question worth a stated number of points. Now, the team that signals first must answer a toss-up correctly to get a chance at a bonus question. A wrong answer to a toss-up gives the other team a chance to answer it. Now, remember, teams, you may interrupt me as I'm asking a toss-up question, but if you do and your answer is wrong, the team is penalized 5 points, and I must repeat the entire question for the other team. And remember, on a toss-up, the question must be answered by the person who signals first, and only one person may speak. In this special championship playoff, the General Electric Company is more than doubling its scholarship grant. The winning school today will receive a $3,000 scholarship grant with a $2,000 grant going to the runner-up. Our game begins, and it should be a good one, directly after this message from General Electric.
How many of you still face the morning with this antique instrument of aggravation? Well, many of us have said goodbye to this little monster forever. Especially now that General Electric has developed this ingenious friend of the early riser called the push-button clock radio with snooze alarm. Look, you push a button and the radio lulls you to sleep, then shuts itself off. Push another and you wake up to music. Now, for that extra 40 winks in the morning, try this painless way of getting up. There's the first call. You merely tap the snooze alarm bar and let the music lull you back to sleep. 10 minutes later, it's right there calling you again. Calls you as many times as you like. And this brand new clock radio turns your coffee maker and other appliances on and off automatically at desired times. A truly remarkable radio from General Electric, the world's leading manufacturer of clock radios. See it at your dealers now.
Okay, that's our opening whistle. Ready, Colgate. Ready, Rutgers. You're playing for a 30-point bonus, and here's your first toss-up for 10 points. What statement did Marcellus make concerning the situation in a certain...
Rutgers, Howland.
Something's rotten in the state of Denmark.
Right, in a certain Scandinavian country. And you identified Marcellus from...
Hamlet.
That's right, Hamlet. Okay, here you go with the 30-point bonus, Rutgers. If Richard Nixon is elected president, he'll be the fourth incumbent vice president to succeed to the presidency by election. For 5 points apiece, name the other three.
Adams, Jefferson, Van Buren.
That's right, for 15 points, all three. Now, if John Kennedy is elected president, He'll be the 4th resident of Massachusetts to be elected. For 5 points apiece, name the other 3.
Two Adamses. John Adams. John Quincy Adams. Massachusetts.
Who is it?
That's 10 points, but they missed Calvin Cooley. All right. Okay, you have a 30-point bonus coming up now. Here you go with a toss-up for 10 points. Name the only New England state that was not part of the original.
Colgate, Tom.
Vermont.
Right, the original 13th state. Boy, I'm not even getting the questions out today. All right, you're pretty hot. Here you go, Colgate. Andre Gide's character, Georges Molinier, passed counterfeit coins, as you know. And Robert Louis Stevenson's John Silver was a pirate. Now, for 10 points apiece, what crime did each of the following fictional characters commit? Victor Hugo's character, Jean Valjean.
Stole a loaf of bread.
All right. And the crime was, all right, stealing, theft, for 10 points. O. Henry's character, Jimmy Valentine.
He was a
Safecracker.
10 points, that's right. Charlotte Bronte's character, Bertha Mason Rochester.
A forger.
Is that your answer? You're the captain. No, it's arson or assault. She's the one that set the place on fire, you remember? Okay, you have a 30-point musical math bonus coming up. You ready? Here's your toss-up. It's a visual one. For 10 points. Just a minute, let me get it so I'm all set. For 10 points, what English school teacher and chemist devised these symbols to represent individual atoms?
Colgate, Tom.
Sir Humphrey Davy.
No, can you take it, Rutgers?
Rutgers, Pratt.
Rutherford.
No, John Dalton. You're still playing for a 30-point musical bonus. Here you go. Mr. Tracy Topman, Mr. Nathaniel Winkle, and Mr. Augustus Snodgrass were members of one of fiction's most...
Rutgers, Pratt.
The Pickwick Club.
No. 5-point penalty. Repeat the entire question for Colgate. Mr. Tracy Tupman, Mr. Nathaniel Winkle, and Mr. Augustus Snodgrass were members of one of fiction's most famous clubs. For 10 points, who was its founder?
Colgate, Tom.
Mr. Samuel Pickwick.
Right, for 10 points. And this one word. May I make this 1 point on this very important game? I am going to limit you to the strict semantic answer. It was near, but not right. I was asking for the founder, and it was not Pickwick Club. Okay, here's your musical bonus, Colgate. Here you test your knowledge of math and music, and you can earn 30 points. First, now, take the number of this symphony by Beethoven. Listen. All right, fade the music, fade the music. Now, add the number of instruments this composition by Schubert was written for. Listen. All right, fade the music. Now, finally, you are to multiply by the number of the Wagnerian ring tetralogy from which this famous excerpt was taken. All right, 30 points, Colgate. What is your numerical answer?
39.
No, 28. 9 plus 5 times 2. Die Valkyrie is the second opera in the ring. That's what did it. Okay, you have a 20-point bonus, a 20-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. A leading Major League Baseball player and the layer of the earth between...
Rutgers, Ziegler.
Mantle.
Right, between the crust and the core have the same name. What is it? Wow, you're there before I have the question. Okay, Rutgers, for 20 points. With what 18th century philosopher do you associate the terms noumenon and transcendental analytic?
Kant.
Kant is right for 20 points. What's the score, please?
Rutgers, 60. Colgate, 40.
I have a 20-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up for 10 points. Do economists call a governmental budget which is balanced over a period of years rather than each particular year a Dutch budget, an English budget, or a Swedish budget?
Rutgers, Schaefer.
English budget.
No, can you take it, Colgate?
Colgate, Tom.
Swedish budget.
A Swedish budget is right. All right, Colgate, listen to the names of these towns. Ottawa, Freeport, Jonesboro, Galesburg, Quincy, Charleston, and Alton. Now, for 20 points, what was their significance in American political history of 1858?
There were sites of the Lincoln-Douglas debate.
That is exactly right for 20 points. I have another 20-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. Now, there are many ways to comment on a bad joke. For 10 points, what was Queen Victoria's famous comment?
Rutgers, Schaefer.
She was not amused. I am not amused.
Will you accept that? No. Can you take it, Colgate?
Colgate, Tom.
We are not amused.
Right. We are not amused. Okay, Colgate. Here you go with your end. Here you go with the 20-point bonus. Let sleeping dogs lie is a familiar saying. Now, for 10 points apiece, identify the dog that the Sibyl put to sleep in Aeneas's trip. Cerberus. Right, through the underworld. Cerberus is right for 10 points. Now, identify for 10 more points the pair of Russian dogs who reportedly napped during their long, high, swift orbit into space.
Belka and Strelka.
Did he say it right? In Russian yet, he said it. That's right for 10 points. Okay, I have a 20-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. Traditionally, the French have been ruled over by 3 races or royal lines. One of these was the Carolinian. For 10 points, name the other 2.
Colgate, Tom's.
The Orleans and the Bourbons.
No, can you take it, Rutgers? Wait, Ziegler, wait. Ziegler's got a light. Clear the board, let me see. All right, Ziegler.
More Gringian, more Gringians.
Wait, oh, I'm sorry, there is conference on a toss-up. There is conference on a toss-up.
The thing didn't go up. Buzzer didn't work. He pressed first before.
I know, but what ruled it out was the conference on a toss-up. Nobody speaks, but the name was called. And Ziegler's name was called. I called it. All right, we're going to go for a 20-point bonus. Is everybody right?
Right.
Okay. 20-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. The answer was Merovingians and Capetians. Okay, now here we go. 20-point bonus. Here's your toss-up for 10 points. In what field are Tittle, Stickles, and Triplet famous?
Colgate, Tom.
Music.
No, can you take it, Rutgers?
Rutgers, Pratt.
Tiddlywinks.
No, football. They're both football. They're professional football players. And that's the whistle that signals our halftime break with the score.
Colgate, 100. Rutgers, 60.
In just a moment, we'll take our time and talk to these teams.
Say, look what General Electric has done with the upright. It's light, easy to store, cleans both rugs and floors. So thin it goes under the lowest furniture. It's GE's Twin Power Cleaner, an entirely new design in uprights. This twin power unit packs famous upright power into an incredibly small space, so you get the most cleaning efficiency with the least amount of effort. And look, here's the cleaner designed to clean from rug to bare floor instantly. A special motor-driven elevator brush floats up and down, automatically adjusts itself to different types of rugs and bare floors. The new GE Twin Power Cleaner maneuvers with fingertip ease, reaches under the lowest furniture. And when you're finished, store your GE flat against the wall, with the cord coiled out of sight in the handy cord pocket. It's a completely new design in uprights. Lighter, thinner, easier to handle. See the new General Electric Twin Power Cleaner, complete with attachments, at your dealers, and ask for a demonstration.
Now, as you know, at our halftime break, we usually take our time and meet these teams, but you have seen both of these teams 5 times each last week, as they were 5 times winners. However, there's a new face on the Colgate team, Bill McDonald, and I want you to meet him. Bill, where were you last year?
I sat out in the audience as the alternate on the Colgate team.
You were here for every game?
Yes, I was.
Now, who are you replacing today?
I'm replacing Steve Gottesman, who was in England on a Fulbright scholarship and had too much demanding work to come back for the game, although he was invited.
Colgate did ask him to come back. Bill, it's good to have you, and it's good to have the Colgate team here. Now, we have one other piece of unfinished business. Last year, at the end of the year, as you know, John Howland was the only member of the team who was graduating. And we were all very concerned to know what job he was going to take. John, what job did you take?
Al and I took a job with the New Jersey Bell Telephone Company.
And what are you doing?
I'm a traffic assistant in Newark Downtown District.
And the family's fine?
Fine, Al.
Good. Now, let me say how happy we are to participate in what is really a very unusual circumstance. Because you see, together with being the only 5-time winners in the history of the College Bowl, the College Bowl's competition here, Colgate and Rutgers are traditional football rivals. Yesterday was the big game. The place, Rutgers University campus, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Now, our camera crews were on hand to record the events of this typical homecoming weekend, which began Saturday morning with an alumni picnic at the home of Rutgers president, Dr. Mason Gross. For the graduate, these pre-game Saturday luncheons are as enjoyable as the game itself. It's an opportunity to visit with old friends and to enjoy the beauty of a fall morning and to listen to some very fine band music. The day becomes quite a handshaking marathon, though, for the president. But it's a tradition, and he thoroughly enjoys it, especially when the guests are from his friendly rival, Colgate. Here is a group celebrating its 50th on-campus year, members of the Rutgers class of 1914. It's just a short walk from the president's lawn to the stadium, where the players are beginning to come on the field and where the 92nd football season is underway for Rutgers. It's interesting to note that this is where football really started. In the first game back in 1869, Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4. Since then, this wonderful game has been instrumental in molding the courage, strength, and spirit of generations of young Americans. Now, here is Al Burns to describe some of the plays in yesterday's game.
And here's the kickoff in yesterday's game between Rutgers and Colgate. It's not our intention to review the entire game at this time, but you may be interested in some of the highlights. Colgate in the light jerseys, Rutgers in the dark. This touchdown by Colgate in the first quarter made it Rutgers 12, Colgate 6 at the end of the period. Following another touchdown by Rutgers, and only seconds before the halftime whistle, this Rutgers field goal brought the score to 21-6. College football on a big weekend like this isn't complete without floats at halftime. And here you see quite an array of fraternity talent. And of course, to reign over all this splendor, we must have a queen. And here she is, Miss Peggy Ann Blakesley. The Scarlet Knights of Rutgers and the Red Raiders of Colgate return to battle out the final half, but if you're a Colgate fan, the picture gets rather grim. 2 more touchdowns by Rutgers brings the score to 35-6 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And then a fine drive by Colgate in the last period made it Colgate 12, Rutgers 43. The fancy footwork by Rutgers' Bob Yoxick gave them another touchdown. But the die was cast, and at the final whistle and with fading light, we took this last shot of the scoreboard. Rutgers 49, Colgate 12. But what is it you say about scores, Alan?
Well, I say there's always another game. And that's the whistle that starts the second half. Let's get back to our game. You ready? With the score, Colgate University 100, Rutgers University 60. Remember, teams, the next time you hear that whistle, it's the final whistle. If it blows while I'm asking you a question, I stop. If it blows while you're answering a question, you may complete the answer to that one question only. I have a 20-point bonus coming up, and here's your toss-up for 10 points. What American humorist do you associate with these 4 titles? The Wreck of the Sunday Paper, The Social Life...
Rutgers, Pratt.
Oliver Wendell Holmes.
No, 5-point penalty. Repeat the entire question for Colgate for 10 points. What American humorist do you associate with these 4 titles? The Wreck of the Sunday Paper, The Social Life of the Newt, How to Get Things Done, and Down with Pigeons.
Colgate, Grote.
Robert Benchley.
Right for 10 points. Benchley.
Allen.
Okay, Colgate. Now, besides borrowing recipes from all over the world, Americans have developed some distinctive regional delicacies of their own. 5 points apiece for telling me what each of these dishes is called. The Pennsylvania Dutch favorite, which usually consists of pork and cornmeal mush cooked together, chilled, sliced, and pan-fried.
Scrapple.
5 points. The Narragansett Indian dish, which is a mixture of beans and corn.
Succotash.
5 points. The picturesquely named Pennsylvania Dutch pie, which is made of molasses and pastry crumbs.
Shoe fly pie.
Right for 5 points. The southern cornmeal patties fried in fish fat, which are often eaten at fish fry.
Hush puppies.
What?
Hush puppies.
Right for 5 points. And may I point out only that we realize there are local variations to those recipes. Okay, you're playing for a 30-point bonus, a 30-point visual bonus. Here's your toss-up. Monotheism is the doctrine that in all the universe there is but one God. Now, for 10 points, what do we usually call the doctrine that the whole universe is God?
Rutgers, Howland.
Pantheism.
Pantheism's right for 10 points. Now, one noted painter claimed, you're playing for a 30-point bonus, Rutgers. One noted painter claimed, every time I paint a portrait, I lose a friend. Now, for 10 points apiece, you're to name the painters who might have lost friends by painting these portraits. First, this one.
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt is your answer? No, that's Gilbert Stuart. It's a portrait of Mrs. Yates. For 10 points, tell me who painted this portrait of a young lady. Portrait of a young lady.
Modigliani.
What?
Modigliani.
Modigliani is right. Now, here, for 10 points, you are to name the artist of this painting. To name the artist of this painting.
Franz Hals.
Franz Hals. You did it before I got over to you. Fine. Very good for 10 points. What's the score, please?
Colgate, 130. Rutgers, 85.
I have a 20-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up for 10 points. Who is the he referred to in this quotation? He has plundered our seas.
Colgate, Tom.
King George III of Great Britain.
Right out of the Declaration of Independence. Before I finish it, here you go with a 20-point bonus, Colgate. 16 nations were admitted to membership in the United Nations last month. For 10 points each, tell me which two of these 16 are not on the continent of Africa.
Cyprus.
10 points.
And Malagasy.
Malagasy is right for 10 points. Okay, I have a 20-point bonus. A 20-pointer coming up. Here's your toss-up. According to Aeschylus, she slew Agamemnon. For 10 points, who slew... Wait, I don't see a light.
Rutgers, Schaefer.
Orestes slew Clytemnestra.
Orestes is the answer. For 10 points, who slew her? All right. All right, here we go. You ready? You've got a 20-point bonus, Rutgers. For 10 points apiece, identify these two fictional babies. The thirsty baby who needed 17,913 cows to keep him supplied with milk. What is your answer?
Gargantua.
Right, for 10 points. The sneezing, squalling baby who underwent a strange metamorphosis to change...
That's the baby in Alice in Wonderland with the Duchess, but did it have a special name at all?
No, that's all right. That's enough. The Duchess's baby turned into a pig. I have another 20-pointer coming up. Another 20-pointer. Here's your toss-up. Electrical resistance is measured by the ohm. For 10 points, what unit measures the reciprocal of resistance, which is conductance?
Rutgers, Schaefer.
Ampere.
No, can you take it, Colgate?
Colgate, left rack.
A Henry?
No, the mot. That's ohm spelled backwards. I still have a 20-point bonus. Cervantes said, faint heart never won fair lady. For 10 points, who said, none but the brave deserves the fair?
Colgate, McDonald.
Byron.
No, can you take it, Rutgers?
Rutgers, correct.
All right.
He buzzed first. Tennyson.
What?
Tennyson.
No, Dryden. All right, clear the board. We will watch for the push. 20-point bonus coming up. Here you go. McKinley ran on the slogan, the full dinner pail. For 10 points, what president said, the slogan of progress is changing from the full dinner pail to the full garage?
Colgate, Tom.
Herbert Hoover.
Right, Herbert Hoover is right. Here you go, Colgate, with a 20-point bonus. The year 1776 was a good one, as we all know, for young democracies. It was a good year for beginnings in other fields, too. The science of economics may be said to have started with a book published in that year.
Adam, take it easy.
For 10 points, what was the book?
Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations.
10 points is right. Now, the first American Greek letter fraternity was founded in 1776. What is it?
Phi Beta Kappa.
Right, for 10 points. I have a 20-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is noted for his creative work in poetry and criticism. For 10 points, in what creative field did Samuel Coleridge Taylor achieve recognition? No takers. Music. He was a composer. You're still playing for a 20-point bonus. The last name of the author of The Social Contract rhymes with a bride's outfit.
Colgate, Grote.
Rousseau and Trousseau.
Rousseau rhymes with Trousseau. There's... Wait just a minute. Did you see that?
I saw him after I had called, Alan. I don't know if he was first or not.
Did you see it in the camera, in the room?
He was first.
I'm going to throw that question out. There's
That's a lot of good ones there.
Throw it out.
Throw it out. You agree to that, Colgate?
Throw it out.
All right, clear your light. Here we go. You're still playing for a 20-point bonus. Are you ready now? Is the board cleared? All right, here we go. For 10 points, if a fighter plane could fly at a top speed of Mach 1, would the plane be supersonic?
Colgate, left rack.
The plane would be supersonic, because Mach 1 is the speed of
5-point
sound.
penalty. Repeat the entire question for Rutgers. Now, wait a minute. Clear the board. Let me see Ziegler.
It's transonic. It's,
All right, just a minute. You have to repeat the entire question for Rutgers. For 10 points, if a fighter plane could fly at a top speed of Mach 1, would the plane be supersonic, subsonic, or sonic?
Rutgers, Frack.
Sonic.
Sonic is right for 10 points.
They haven't worked the whole second half. I don't know. They haven't worked at all.
All right, go by hands from now on and watch carefully. All the judges watch.
Cut off the board.
All right, here we go. 20 points, Rutgers. According to Shakespeare, the casualties were 10,000 Frenchmen killed, 29 Englishmen dead. For 20 points,
Colgate,
what was the battle? No, wait, this is the bonus. For 20 points, what was the battle, Rutgers?
Hastings.
What?
Hastings.
No, Agincourt. Agincourt. 20-point bonus. You're playing for a 20-point bonus. That's it. Time's up. Now, we're going to take out time and validate our scores. In a moment, announce our scholarship grants.
Look what's new in the General Electric automatic skillet. It's got a new tip. It's got a new top. It's the new automatic tip-top skillet. The new tip is a retractable leg hidden in the handle. It tips the skillet to drain fat from chops, bacon, sausages for perfect pan broiling. See, you can cook potatoes at the same time. The new top tucks into the helper handle, partway up to help control spatter, or all the way up so you don't have to set it aside when you stir or serve. Of course, the cover's removable, too. And the General Electric automatic tip-top skillet has other handy features. A helpful cooking temperature chart on the handle. Extra dependable temperature control. Set the control, and it maintains the right heat for each food automatically. No burning, no constant watching. Big, king size, big enough to feed a crowd. And the control is removable, so the skillet's completely immersible, easy to clean. Be sure to see the completely new General Electric automatic tip-top skillet at the store that carries General Electric, the new Ideal line.
It's official. The final score today is Colgate 185, Rutgers 125. Colgate is the winner. For carrying home the honors today, Colgate will receive a $3,000 scholarship grant from the General Electric Company, and to Rutgers goes General Electric's $2,000 grant. In just a moment, we'll bring you news of next week's contest.
Man's best friend in the morning. A new miniature snooze alarm clock. Its special alarm wakes you, lets you snooze, then wakes you again about 10 minutes later. This snooze alarm clock also lights up at night. Like these other General Electric clocks, you can tell time even from a distance. Buy one. You get more than time from a General Electric clock.
Our score again today, Colgate 185, Rutgers 125. Next week, our current fall season champions, Illinois, will return to defend their title against a challenging team from Colorado College. Questions used on the General Electric College Bowl are authenticated through the research facilities of the Encyclopedia Britannica. We hope you'll join us again next Sunday when Illinois meets Colorado College on the College Bowl, brought to you live every week at this time by the General Electric Company.
Remember, in education, as in science and industry, at General Electric, progress is our most important product. See you next week.
CBS Television Network programs are pre-recorded today for broadcast in this time zone. Vice presidential candidate Henry Cabot Lodge will face the nation in an exclusive interview next on the CBS Television Network.